Dashboard creation is one of the best ways to summarize and present business data using visual elements like pie charts, line charts, sparklines, tree maps, etc. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create this beautiful and highly dynamic dashboard from the scratch using this transactional data in Excel. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are here for the first time, kindly hit the subscribe button to get more updates just like this. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create this very huge dynamic dashboard to wow your boss in the workplace. It is highly dynamic. Every single time we select a particular store, it gives us how many customers plus how many products and how many transactions we made in that store, just like what we have right now. If I have it changed, you see other visuals actually changed. It is highly dynamic, and as well you can actually try to see the total sales and the cost of goods sold plus the gross profit we have over time. Now we have to analyze it based on the weekdays. In this very store we have selected which of the week are we selling most. We have Mondays. If I select another day, another store, so we have it to be Sunday, and if we keep on going to the other store, we have it changed to something else. Wednesday is one of the good day, and Friday is very good, and as well Saturday. So now let's see how we can actually create something very beautiful just like what we have right here. So in order to do that, I have a sheet actually ready for that. So go to view and click on switch windows and go to book 1. So this is how you're going to receive data from your boss or from your clients. So what you need to do right now is to actually spread it out to actually stand out. So the next thing we're going to do is actually have to turn this into a table. An Excel table is very swift to actually analyze data. So now we have our table with headers, so we can actually click OK. So this is what we have as a table. So if you look at this date right here, it's not on a date format. Just kindly make sure your mouse is clicking or is pointing down and click and actually control 1. Then you go to what? Go to date. From date we have this selected, so we can say OK to it. This is what we have. And if you click right here, we have just 4 months data from our boss or from our clients, wherever. So we cancel, and we see we need to add some columns to get some calculation ready in order to have a very swift analytics. So now we need to add the total sales. So total sales, and the next column we're going to add is the gross profits column. Yeah, the cost of goods sold. Then the next one we're going to add right now is going to be the gross profit. So now we need to actually get this done. So to get total sales, what we need to do is for we to actually multiply our quantity purchased by the cost of the goods that we actually sold it at. Now once we do that, we have this field down. So to get this very one is actually still multiply this very quantity sold by the cost we actually purchased it, not the one we sold it at. So once we hit enter, we have this. Now the next thing we need to do is for we to get our what? Is for we to get our gross profit. How much did we make selling this particular product? So once we hit equal to, and we have this very total sales from the amount we purchased that product we sold at that price, we're gonna have this to be like this. So the next we're going to add right now is because we want to actually analyze this based on weekdays, we need to actually add a new column called weekdays. So adding weekdays, what we're gonna do to get this done is actually using the function called weekday. This function is asking for a serial number. What we need to do is supply it with this very column of date column. So close it and have it entered. So it's something weird. We don't really like what it gives us. It's giving us based on numbers. We don't like it to be in numbers. So click and actually control 1. The next we are going to do right now is to actually go to custom, and you know what it is that you need to do. D starts for date, H start for month, Y start for year, and that is all about, and H start for hours. So now we're going to use DD, which is this, and we're going to click OK. This is what we have. So we have everything ready right here. We don't need to come back right here again, except we want to create something very nice to get our visual ready in our dashboard. In order to create this very dashboard, we need to do some formatting. And what we need to do right now, if we check that back to our dashboard right here, we have this very nice looking background on it. So I'm going to copy this one right from here to create our header into the dashboard and create something similar to this. So look at what we have to create. So going back to that, we click on view and we kind of switch back to this book one. So now we've gotten to this very end, so we're going to make sure we have it contained from here to here. So this time around I'm going to actually click right here and Control 1. Then from Control 1 go to fill to get these very patterns ready on it. So hit OK. This is what we have. Go to view and actually remove the grid lines. That is okay, right? So now once we click, we kind of come right here and actually come and remove this and say normal. So we have it normal right now. So we kind of drop what we copied from the other side to make the heading right here. So what we need to do to make sure we centralize it is of two-way. We can actually click on Control 1 and actually go to alignment and say across selection, then we have it centralized. Or we can actually click on what? On home and go to merge center, wherever. I think I prefer this very well. It's okay. So now I want to bump the text to something 22 and have it bold, plus we want something like this. So we want it to be in white color like this. So once we release it, this is what we're gonna have. So I'm going to actually select my this and actually add a font style on it. So we select this is cool, right? So selecting here to see where our dashboard is going to contain is just like this. So now I'm going to actually select this and go to cell styles and select this. So from there I'm kind of going to click on Control 1 and go to border and select border round. So I'm gonna say okay, this is what I have, just like what we have in the other side. So now that we've just gotten this, what do we need to do is to start to create our first visualization that is going to actually help us to analyze and present our data. So let's see how we can actually create this very first half donor chart very nicely. The first thing we have to do is to actually switch back to this book one. So once we switch back, what we're going to do is to actually come right here and name this to be data source. Data source. So now from data source we can click on insert and inside a pivot table. So go to existing worksheet because we want to use the existing worksheet, but if we don't have a worksheet open, we can use new worksheet. Go to existing worksheet and we can drop it right here and say okay. So now we are trying to analyze category in that half donor chart. We drop it down and we want to analyze it by the total sales, and we have to drop this total sale again for the second time because we want to actually show it in a percentage form. This time around I'm going to remove the grand total, which is put it off. So going back to it, I'm going to go to this place and turn it to tabular form. The row label is going to change to the normal column name. So now I can now change this one to what? Show value as column total. This is what I need. Now I'm going to show this to be on a $sign, just currency, remove any extra decimal. This is what I have to create my first chart. Now what I need to do right now is for me to actually remove any extra is for me to actually create another extra helping column. So I'm going to say equal to this and have it drag down just like this. Now I'm going to stretch it out to fit in. So the next thing I'm going to do is for me to get my percentage right down here, and I'm going to select and say okay. And the next thing is still going to be on the column, so it's going to be equal to 1 minus this, sorry, okay, 1 minus this. So once we hit okay, it gives us this. So which means if we add this together, it's going to give us 100%. So now it's going to actually have this to be some kind of on a transparent, and this one is going to be on a full color. Don't worry, you're going to understand what I'm doing this. So 100% is what we're going to give to this. Okay, then we hit down. This is what we have, right? So now we are ready to create our first chart. So we can actually get this to actually stand out to different shades, though the final end user is not going to see this, as we're going to actually hide this from the end user. But to make it stand out, should somebody else come to our back end, he should know what is going on right here. So go back to this place and actually click on insert and go to this and click on this Donald chart and actually right click. So when we right click, we kind of go to select data, and here we go to back end and we select our first data just like this. Then we hit OK. This is what we have. So right now we don't need any of this. We kind of remove it and let it go off. So the next thing, we click on format and go to the shape outline and we say no outline. Go to the shape fill and say no fill. We don't want any of these colors. So we click on this one and right click. So once we right click, we go to select, we go to format data series. From format data series, we're going to actually say, okay, right here I want it to be 270. So 270 goes right. So now it turns it upside down. Click on this, make sure it's clicked, and so once it is being clicked, you're going to see the color appeared right here, say no fill. From no fill, come right here and change the color to something very nice looking like this. Change this color. Once we change this color, we're going to see under extra thing opened. So transparency is going to be under 50%. So now this is what we have. So now that we have this, can click on it again and actually come right here and make sure this one is on 55%. 55%, that is the half donut chart we have. So now click on it and go to format and remove the outline that we are seeing right here being appeared. Say no outline, and this is cool. There is no outline, we don't want that. So now what we need to do right now is for we to select this and actually have it, you know, very little, not that big. So we kind of fit it in right here, and we kind of duplicate it and have it duplicated again into 4. So this is what we need. So the first one is cool. So the second one is for you to select the second data. Select, and it's taking us to that sheet automatically. So we select this very second one and we say okay. And what we need to do is just to select this one and make sure it's been selected, and you see the color appeared right here. Say no fill and come right here. It's very easy. Come to this place and give it the color you really want. Come back here, give it the color, the same color again, and you have to turn this one to just 50%. Just keep 5 pointed at it. So now here we go. So we have some outlines. We don't need that. Click on it and go to format. So from format we can select shape outline and say no outline. That is cool. So the next thing we're going to do is for you to select on this one and actually right click, then we go select data. Then from select data we click on main shows, the third one, then we say okay, we have this. Select right here, make sure it's been selected and it appears right here. Click on no fill and click on this one and select your desired color. So we prefer this very color right here, and the next thing you can click on this and give it the same color. That is cool. So right now what we need to do is for we to actually make it 50% transparency. So now 50%. So once we hit enter, we have it appear automatically. Click out and click back in and right, and don't right click, just come right here, format and shape outline, and we say no outline. That is cool. The last one is going to be this right one. So let's see how we can actually do that. Select data and select the last one if it's shifted down to the next worksheet. So now we hit OK and we have it this way. So we can move this from here to here, and this time around we click on this one, make sure it actually give the color to this. Now we say no fill, and this we're gonna fit this color to something very nice. Wow, think this color is cool. Then we'll give it to this as well. So this is cool color. So now 50% is what we're still gonna give to it. 50%. This is what we want. Now if we click out again and click back in, so we're going to remove that very extra outline that we don't want. So no outline. That is cool. You can see that it's very nice. So I'm gonna close. This is what I just wanted. So right now what we're gonna do right now is for you to get a percentage, we have inside right here showed up right here. Can you see that we have this percentage showed? So we want to actually create this. So in order to do that, we can actually go back to view. From view we switch to this very book one. Now to do that, we can click on insert and insert this very worded. Click right here. So now the next thing we're going to do, click on equal to and come to this and hit on this percentage associated to this right here. So now we can actually bump it up and see how we can actually make it stand out. Okay, let us make it just 20%. Select right here and stretch it out to fit in. So but we don't like this very often. I'm gonna use agency FB. So when I hit OK, I give it bold. So this time around I'm gonna copy this. So now that I've copied that, I'm going to change this one to 5. So I'm going to change this one to 5. So change this to 6. So I'm going to change this one to 7. So that is it. So when I click on that, I'm going to actually double click on this and copy the formatting. Automatically we have it just like this. So this is what we have. The next thing we're going to do right now is for me to actually click back on this and click on the word art. From there we go right here, and what are we going to do? We're going to take the name associated to this, which is this very one right here. So we click and this is what we have. So once we actually spread it out, so we can actually change the formatting. Yeah, we'll just bump it out a little bit. I think something like this is cool. So we'll remove this to make it like this. No, we have to make it in bold. So we can change the color to this very color to match with the half donor chart. So we copy this right here. So we copy this right here. So this is what we have. So right now I can make sure I arrange it very well. So now what I need to do is to change the same number again. I'm going to show you why I'm changing this number and how I actually did this and how I got to know the number associated to every one of them, should you don't know what it is. So I'm going to be 6. So this one is going to be 7. So now, so we copy the same formatting and change the color later after all. So now we close, then we hit this and actually give it the same color. Give it this color. So click on this one and give it that same color you actually have for the chart. Then the last one, same color for the chart. So now that we've gotten this, the next we're going to do right now is to actually come right here, drop this down. We're going to do something. So the amount associated to this very category, so now we share it to both of them. So what we're going to do right now is to change the numbers as well. So this is going to be the 5th one, the 6th one, and the 7th one. So now here we go. So we can bump this out, but before that, let me show you how I got this number. So I picked this first one from here, it's under 4, the second one 5, 6, you can see the number, and the seventh one. Can you see that? That is why we are actually picking numbers to actually get them right. Instead of going to come back to the sheet, we do that to make it very snappy. So now agency of C is what we're gonna do. Agency of B, sorry. So now what we need to do is to bump the text out a little bit. So I love this, something like this. So if you look at it, we've gotten almost the same thing of what we've actually gotten right here. So if I click back on this and actually show you what we've done right here, this is almost similar to what we have right there. If I remove the filter, you're gonna see we have 8, 9, 6, 7. So going back right here, so we have not built that, so we can't really get to see how this actually went. So now clicking on this, I'm going to group this together for an easy shift. So click this, okay. So I'm gonna group this together as well. Group it. So group this together. So now it's going to be very, very swift to be moved. So if I now click this and this, so I can now from here move this and arrange it the way I really feel like. So the next thing we're going to know how to build right now is the top one right here. The top one is going to be the next thing. So we're going to learn how to build this very nicely. Let's see how we can actually build this in a very speedy way that is going to be, it's not going to take much of our time. So go to view and select this and go to the Facebook one. So now we need to add something like this shape. Go to format and come to this. So now that we've done that, come to shape outline and say no outline. Come to this place and say shadow, then you give it its shadow. So now this is what it is. It's very, very nice. So we go to this and copy from here so that we shouldn't waste much of our time creating something that we can actually copy from here. So now we can actually click on copy. So go to that sheet, switch, click on this and actually paste and just bring it down. Bring it down this way, so centralize it and have it a little bit down. So nice one. So now for we to create the first customer, how many customers? So we can actually click on here and click on this and click right on this. So drop it down and move it up and actually shrink it. So now here it's going to give us the numbers of customers we have. So you can take this and give this to this. So right now here is what we have gotten. So now to do that, we can go back to our back end and do something very cool right here. So go to here and click on this and select insert and go to pivot table and click on the existing, and now we go to this, okay, here, then we hit enter. So now we need the customer. We just kind of select the customer right here and come to this. If we look at this customer, we have, let me select down, we have this grand total, so we kind of remove this grand total from it. Click right here and go to grand total and put it off. So now that we've done this, we're going to calculate how many customers we have over time. So we can just say equal to count A, is gonna work. So it's gonna be L to L now. So you're selecting that whole range. So when you just close it, it's gonna be -1. So if you know how account it works, it's gonna like, now we are taking this off because this is not our customer, it's just our header. So it's gonna be this is 745. So if we go back here and click on this and see, so we kind of see that we have 745 right here, the same 745. So that is cool. So click back and actually pick that. This is what we have now. The next one we're going to do is the product, see how many product we have over time. So we can actually select this, just Ctrl and Shift and hold it down arrow. So we kind of copy this, go back to the top and have it pasted right here. So now change this from what, from customer to product. Then we kind of paste this right here. So we have this change from product to what we need. So product to store, how many stores we have selected. So we click on store. So the last one is gonna be this. So it's gonna be, now we don't need to do any of that, it's just the ID. We need the ID. So now we kind of put this off. Okay, it's off on every one of them. It's already off. So because we've put that off in the one, so now what we need to do right now is so to say equal to count A is going to be O to O. So now close -1. So now that is good. So here is going to be equal to count A is going to be R to R. So have it closed and -1 will give us something like this. It's going to be equal to this, U to U, then have it closed and it's going to be -1. So okay, why is wrong? Okay, something is wrong, so we don't have this opened. This is going to be count A. So close it. So this is what we have. So right now we can now fit it to this. So how do we do this? You can click on it and actually click on equal to, come right here and select this as our customer. So kind of go and bump it up. Okay, fine. Still, I have an idea. We need to do something different so that we can get what we want. So now we don't need to use this any longer. So all we need to do is to actually come right here, insert, and insert this. So we click on equal to, and we go to here and we click this. We have this right here. So we kind of select it and put it right on this. So I'm going to delete this and copy this. I don't want to have this right here. So now click on this. So now I can now bump it out to make it come out very well. So I have something like this, then bold. So now this is what I have. I can actually drag and copy this to this. Drag this and copy this to this. Drag this and copy this to this. So that is that. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is just to hold on this and actually come right here and change this to what we have right on this. So change this to what we have right on this. So change this to what we have right on this. So now this is what we have. So we can actually click on this and actually give it a very nice, good looking color. So if this is not going to come out, we're going to use white color to be our color as it is bold. So now we can now click here and give it the same formatting. Can you see that? So this is what we have, something like this. So if we click back and see what we've gotten right here, so we have something very similar. So but we're going to choose this color so that it can actually stand out just the way this one is. So click back and actually come right here and choose this very nice looking color, which is this. So we do this to this as well. So make it centralized. So it's covering, so we have to actually shift it off to get what we want. So right now, to get this very comma right here, we can go back to this very place and click on this and hit this and come back right here and click remove extra decimal, and so that if a customer get to that very particular size of 1000, so we put it right there. So now we have something very nice just like this. So you can actually increase this for it to contain whatever comes in. So we have it just like this. So now we've actually having this very right, so we kind of give it a little bit margin that is going to make it stand out. So this time around, hold the shift key and actually drag this down. So now right here we can duplicate this and take it right here. So this is where our filter is going to be, and this time around we can actually click again and take this from here and actually demarcate, give it on the margin. So this is all we want. So right now this is what we've gotten. If you look at our dashboard, it's taking shape from just something empty to something like this. Can you see that? So we've actually built something like this. We've built this and this. So right now, next time we're going to build this and all this one right here before we actually delve into what we have right here and how to actually analyze this one we have right there. So I want to say thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and download the worksheet and follow along. So I'm going to be uploading the next one tomorrow. Please kindly download the workbook and follow along, and let us do something very, very nice and actually wow our boss in the work place. So now the dashboard is taking shape. You can see our back end is actually very clean, a very clean back end. So when we come back, we can actually know what we've done right here. So we continue from where we stop when next I actually come back to this very very sheet again. We're gonna actually complete this and have this completed as well. So I want to say thank you very much for watching. Please kindly subscribe to support this very channel. Thank you very much for watching.